Let's check out my brand new MPC expansion called Mystical Handpan. More about that in this video. Check it out.
Mr. DK.
Welcome to Mr. DK TV. This video is brought to you by my sound company
Sounds Premium.
I'd like to give you a first impression of my brand new MPC expansion called Mystical Handpan. It looks like that. This is the cover and you can get it now on soundspremium.com. So let's dive in. First of all, I'd like to give you some impressions what's included in my MPC expansion. For all the demonstration sounds, please put on your headphone to get a good impression of the sounds. What is a handpan? A handpan sounds like this. To be honest, this MPC expansion is one of the most complex one I have ever did, because it's so complex and complicated to sample a handpan. You got a wide variety of sounds and have to implement that into the MPC. First of all, I want to give you a first impression of a good key group, which is included with 8 velocity layers, so that you got a very good playing feel. And this MPC expansion consists of different sounds. It has key groups, of course, and one drum program for effects. I will show you that also, but let's start with the key group programs. First of all, I want to show you the long fields key group, which sounds like this. There I have played the handpan by fingers. I will load this program in. And it takes a while because there are 8 different velocity layers per pad, per tone, which I have sampled. And this is a C-sharp Celtic minor handpan. And I will dial in cis-sharp natural minor for the demonstration. Of course, you can choose whichever scale your song is in, so it's up to you. So this is a C-sharp 2. You see, it's very realistic. And now I have also included the ding sound. So the ding of the handpan is the so-called root note. The MPC machine has no real key switches, like you maybe know from VSTi plugins like Contact, where you can do key switches very easily by hitting a certain key and to change a certain articulation if you want. This is not possible on your MPC, but what I have done to make these key switches possible is just to program notes in on a certain area. So this is a C-sharp 2 again, the regular playing style. And if you want to switch to the ding note, then it's very easily, you just hit the pad bank B. And there is a ding, you know? Also with 8 velocity layers, so it's very quickly. So I'm showcasing how quick it is to change from the ding tone to the regular tone. So it's very easy. And I have included more notes than just the C-sharp to have more varieties of scales. So it's not just a C-sharp 2. And there's one important thing you should know about the handpan I have sampled, which is very unique and rare. We have not just 8 tones on this handpan, we have 12 different tones. So 10 tones on the top and 2 additional tones on the bottom of the instrument. Let's compare the real instrument to the sampled instrument. It's a C-sharp Celtic minor handpan, which is sounding like this if you are going up the scales from the lowest tone to the highest tone. So again, you see it's very similar. And I have pre-EQ'd the sounds just a little bit to give a clear tone and a very good one with very, very low compression so that you get really authentic sounds that you can tune to your taste. Yeah, that's it for this key group program, and I have also included other key group programs. Let's check them out. So let's check out the Knuckles, for example, which is a key group which consists out of one velocity layer. So these are sounds that I have produced by hitting the handpan with my knuckles and not with the finger or with other fingers, you know, to get a different articulation. So this program has one velocity layer. And what I have also done is to sample the harmonics of the handpan. So what are harmonics? You have to know that the tone of a handpan consists out of 3 tones. The first tone is the root tone, the field that you are hitting, and by that you are also activating a second tone, which is 1 octave above, and you are activating a third tone, which is the so-called compound fifths. And this so-called compound fifths is 1 octave up plus 7 semitones up. So this is technically spoken the compound fifths. To play harmonics, you have to isolate these tones. I have isolated the octave and the compound fifths. So this sounds like that. I have included this in the program Long Harmonics. Check it out. So these tones are much thinner than the regular tones of the fields. So compare it to long fields again. So these notes consist of different tones. So 3 tones for each tone field. So again, the long harmonics. Here are the compound fifths and the octaves. So check it out. And so on. So this is also C sharp, so you can change the scale to whatever you like, maybe a D. So whatever you like. Yeah, and what is also included? I included different playing styles. You have experienced the Knuckles key group program, the long fields, the long harmonics, and I also have the muted fields where you have a shorter sustain. So there are certain handpans that are made out of stainless steel and they have a very, very long sustain. But this handpan I have used is not stainless steel because the sustain is not that long. This has the advantage that you can play also faster melodies without having a too long sustain that is maybe distracting or disturbing. And to have a much shorter sustain, I have programmed in a key group program that is called Muted Fields, where you have the possibility to have shorter tones, shorter than the ones that are included in the long fields, where you have the natural sustain and where the tone is ringing out naturally, and here the tone in the muted fields is stopped after a while so that you have shorter tones. Check it out. This is a muted fields one, also with 8 velocity layers, like the long harmonics and the muted harmonics. They have also 8 velocity layers inside. So here it is. So check it out, the muted fields. You see, you have included all these notes, and I can switch also to the ding sounds. And the ding with also 8 velocity layers in the ding sounds. In addition to that, we have the muted harmonics. So harmonics are very difficult to play on a handpan. So you have to organize these tones. I have organized these tones chromatically, of course, for the key groups. But if you hit them, you have to make sure that you are dampening a certain part of the fields to get an isolated tone out of it, rather an octave or a compound fifth. So it's very difficult to produce these sounds, and you have to use different fields for that. I have included a further key group program which is called Nails. I load that one up. It sounds like that. So this is the handpan played by the Nails. And this key group consists out of just one layer. So you can play it by your nails then with a different articulation. So it's sounding differently. So I give this one as a bonus in the MPC Expansion. What is next in the expansion? And this is this key group program. These are pitch bands, and the pitch bands I will load up also to demonstrate what's that. It's a certain playing technique where you pitch up a note. So you can see it's a different tone. It's going up. So the regular tone, if you play it by hand to compare it, it's in the long fields. Check this one out. And now the pitch bend. So you can see it's completely different. Long fields, pitch bend. So it's tuned up by a certain playing technique. And the pitch bend key group consists out of 2 velocity layers. And I have a further one which is called tremolo. It sounds like this. So there you have this typical tremolo sound. I will load that one up to showcase it, and there we have included 4 velocity layers to have also a very authentic playing feel. And this sounds like this in the C-sharp Celtic minor scale, or you can call it also C-sharp Amara minor scale, however you would like to call it. It's sounding like that. And here I have included 4 velocity layers. So you can play it very softly like this. So you have a further playing technique, the tremolo. There it is, and also the dings. So this is also possible. This is a ding sound, and this is a regular sound. So you can switch it by hitting the pad bank. That's very easy. So that's it. That's my demonstration for today of this brand new MPC Handpan Expansion. You can get it at a special price at the moment. It's an introduction price. The price will go up very shortly, so hurry up and get it. The link you can find down below in the video description. Another idea I have at the moment is to give you all these different typical scales from a handpan. So mine was in C sharp, Celtic or Amara minor, and I can give you more of that, of course, to give you these scales so that you have access to these scales in pad perform mode. So for example, there is another scale which is called, let me check, I have programmed it in my MPC right here. Let's compare the E Equinox minor scale with the E Celtic minor scale. So this is the E Equinox scale. Now I switch it to Celtic minor and to Celtic minor E this time to have a good comparison. And there it is. 8 note. So again, Equinox. And now Celtic minor scale. So it's always different. So the tone fields of a handpan are limited. So there are so many different scales, I can tell you. Yeah, I can release this as a MIDI pack. Just let me know in the comments if you wish to have a MIDI pack for all these different scales of the handpans. Then I will deliver that, of course. Just write it down in the comments down below. I really appreciate that. So see you next time, Sundays 9 o'clock, Mr. DK TV. I'm out of here. Blessings.